Welcome back to the woods. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to light flint and steel fires. Alright, so first and foremost, if you're living in the United States, you're probably not going to be able to find flint. But what you will find, I believe this is jasper. And you'll find other stones like this. And what you're looking for is sharp, jagged edges, like broken glass. You want it to look waxy, you want it to look glassy. You can find these everywhere, and a good way to test is if you drop it on stone, it sounds like glass. It's usually a really good sign. Another thing you can do is break it. And if it breaks off, sharp little chips like that means you probably got something good. So I just broke that one. I've got a nice sharp edge right there. You want those nice sharp edges. The rest of these are pretty dull. I don't think we'll be able to use the rest of those, but right here looks pretty sharp. So what you'll need next is a steel. So what you want is a high carbon steel. Typically you'll buy these for this purpose. You can get something like this. There's all kinds of different styles. This is one I designed myself, which is also, you can use it as a flint and steel, and you can also use it as a striker for a ferrocerium rod. Or you may be able to find something like this out in the wild, which this is a pyrite nodule. This has very small trace amounts of iron, and you can get sparks off of these. However, it's extremely difficult. This is what the ancient Romans used, I believe, and it is starting to rain. So once you've got your striking stone and your steel, you want to collect tinder. I like to use cedar bark. You want to process it down. These big pieces you want to break up. But we will go ahead and see if we can get this going before I get rained out. You want it really soft, really fluffy, really fine fibers like that. We're making what's called a bird's nest. So we're going to go ahead and use this, and we're going to go ahead and use this really nice piece of flint that I have. You're also going to need some sort of charred material or something that will catch a spark. And like I said, it's starting to rain, so I don't know if I'm going to get this before then. So what I do, I've seen people do it different ways, is I like to tear my char cloth into little pieces a lot of the time. So you get these really nice fluffy bits, and those will catch sparks way easier. You'll set it down on top of your flint, and see, I've got the angle of the flint. I want that angle up so I can very lightly graze that stone. Or actually, I'm going to show you without the char cloth first. You can very lightly graze that stone and get sparks. I'm actually going to show you with my one that I designed. Is a little bit easier. And I'm going to use this edge over here. I like to hit it at a 90-degree angle. And what you're doing is you're not shaving pieces of the stone off. You're shaving pieces of the steel off. This is another good example. You can just... I'm actually going to get a bigger piece because I'm rushing because of the rain. So I'm going to break up one of these bigger pieces, get a fresh edge. Might need a bigger rock. Alright. So it looks like I got a good piece, but this may be a little too thin, but we're going to give it the old college try. Oh, that thunder's coming in. So place it comfortably, place it where you can catch this, make sure your fingers are further away back, and then you're going to get those tiny pieces shaved off of there. It may be too moist out right now, too wet out, too humid. We're going to try some different edges. It's always alright to move around. Piece of char cloth is already wet. A big raindrop hit it. We'll go back to this piece. Fluff up the char cloth. I'm actually going to pull some of this off because I feel that it's wet there. I like to get it right up close to the edge. You may lose some of your char cloth that way. Just make sure it's not hanging over the edge, because that'll prevent you from getting your shavings, your metal shavings. Oh, I had a little bit of an ember going, but I am too much in a rush. Okay, now we're going to calmly let that blow into life. You want to take your piece of char cloth, put it in your bird's nest, and then blow. Now you want the right amount of contact with the material. You don't want too much, or else it will smother it. Too little and it won't get anything going. You can always tell when the smoke gets really thick, it's about to go up. And there we go. Oh. Now, humidity is killing this one, but I can very easily get this going. I'm not really trying to start a fire. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. And that's how you do it. Now, I always like to turn mine because fire likes to climb. That rain is just killing this fire. Give it some oxygen. You don't always have to blow. And just like that, it can go out. Well, anyway, it is really starting to come down now. So I'm going to get out of this dry creek bed before I get flooded out. And get somewhere dry. Fire. If I wanted to keep this going, I could, but I'm going to let this go out. I'm going to let the humidity win this time. And see you guys in the next video. Stay safe out there and get out in the woods.